name is Marco Dominic Gonzalez. It is March the 8th, 2014. It is 07:22 a.m. So I don't know what I'm gonna. Again, I'm gonna go off into somewhere. So we'll see what happens here. But today is International Women's Day 2014. You know, they're starting to just really be vocal to say, hey, man, this is the saving grace of the earth. Thank you. Dudes, come on, dudes, let's show up. Vladimir, let's show up. Come on, you gotta show up over here, and the clouds to part. All that right there, I can see it. All that carbon in the atmosphere, there needs to be a shift. It's called clean energy. Another documentary. Now I want to start with. I did 2 videos yesterday. One called Jesus and the Pink Flower, and one was a message to Vladimir, and I'm talking about the unionization with the church, and then where's the love, you know? And I can even see myself, you know, because I'm watching both documentaries. I'm like, well, one's the female side, and then one's definitely the male side. It's like, you know, I'm even looking at myself, and it's hitting me, and I'm like, well, dude, I would hope it would hit you the way it hits me to see clarity, because at the end of the day, we have to seek clarity. But when I said Alexander the Great, and then when I'm reviewing my video, I said, well, I meant Peter the Great, but I said Alexander the Great, so I started to review, because that's the message for me, Alexander the Great. And then remember, I can only do 5 minutes, so I don't know how many segments this is going to be, but I don't even know what I'm going to call this. But it's a great film, obviously. I'm an actor and I love movies. And Colin Farrell, Val Kilmer, Angelina Jolie as the, oh man, great. Colin Farrell did a great job in a film called Alexander, based upon Alexander the Great. So for those of you who would watch this that don't really want to open the book, and you want to watch the movie, that's a good movie that is pretty accurate to history and what men do. And you can also relate that to Peter the Great, because like when we're watching the Olympics, and they're showing like what it's like building the shaft, taking the tree, and a movement of shafts, innovation, music, dance. See, what Peter the Great did is basically take freedom and liberty and democracy and institute it and try, but that was stolen from him. It's almost like if that was not stolen, what would have happened? You'd be a free country. When you go back to the Bolsheviks and Stalin, and I remember there was a Jewish counselor, because when I was out of the Marine Corps for a half year, I was a counselor for the Non-Commissioned Officers Association. And I used to sell life insurance and universal life insurance. And he was like in his late 80s, man. He had a cane, and he said, Dominic, can I tell you a story real quick? And I said, go for it, Les. And he's like, when I was a kid in Hungary, I walked out of my home and I went to the road and I saw all these men hanging from trees. And I went home and I said, Mother, there are men hanging from trees. And she said, the Bolsheviks have come.